Hi guys, in this video I'm going to teach you decimals to fractions, and you're going to take notes on your notes sheet while I teach you a problem at a time. Let's say we have the decimal 0.895 and we have to change this to a fraction. Well, this is the tenths, hundredths, thousandths place, so we begin by putting 895 over 1,000. Then we do 895 divided by 5 to see how many times 5 goes into it, and we're reducing. That's 179. Feel free to use your calculator. And 1,000 divided by 5 is 200. 179 over 200 is reduced, so it's done. So that is it as a fraction. About 0.32. 32, the 3 is in the tenths, the 2 is in the hundredths. It's where it ends. So it's 32 out of 100. Now we have to reduce. Just like up here, I divided both by 5. I can divide both numerator and denominator by 2. So that's 16/50ths. Keep going, not done yet. Feel free to pause anytime you are doing the math yourself. And that's 8 out of 25. Push pause till you have your notes filled in. Then 0.8 is 8 in the tenths place. That reduces to 4/5 because they're both even and divisible by 2. 0.0005. That 5 is not in the tenths, hundredths, or thousandths, but the 10,000ths place. That means you put 5 over 10,000. They are both divisible by 5. And 10,000 is divisible by 5 2,000 times. That makes it 1 over 2,000, which means that 0.0005 is equal to 1/2000th. 0.8 is equal to 4/5. 0.32 is equal to 8/25ths. And 0.895 is equal to 179 over 200, because 0.895 means 895 over 1,000 reduces by 5, and this is our final answer, 179 over 2,000. So you ask, what about fractions to decimals? Meaning when it is in a fraction form, like 1/4, how do I change that to a decimal? Well, we know decimals are tenths, hundredths, or thousandths, or even 10,000ths. We hopefully won't have any that small, but 4 doesn't go evenly into 10. Nope, that doesn't work. 4 goes evenly into 100 though, so this would be the second place. And therefore 4 times 25 is 100. You have to do the same thing to the top as you did to the bottom. 1 times 25 is 25 hundredths. That means the 5 has to end in the hundredths place. The 2 would go here, and that's 0.25. But you knew that because you knew 1/4 was 0.25 or 25 cents. About 3, I'm going to go down, 3/10. Well, that's already a place. 3 is in the tenths place. We're done. Because we have a tenths place in our decimal system. We do not have a fourths place, but we have a hundredths place, and it's here. We have a tenths place, and it's here. Let's try the next one. 15 hundredths. Guess what? We have a hundredths place. It's not there. It's there. Remember tenths, then hundredths, then thousands, but we don't need it because the 5, the last number, has to go in the hundredths place. So the last number here has to go in the hundredths place. Therefore, it's 0.15. Because that's 15 hundredths, and so is that. That's 3/10, and so is that. That's 1/4, and so is that, because this is 25 hundredths, and 25 out of 100 is 1/4. I'm sure it's all starting to make perfect sense. 14 out of 1,000. Well, we have a thousandths place, and if it's a thousandths question, 14 in the thousandths place, then we just need to go 0 point, not the tenths, not the hundredths, the thousandths. That last digit has to go in the thousandths place. That means the 1 would go here. Oh my goodness. What do I do here? 0. You're right. 0.014. Because that says 14 thousandths. What about 3/5? Well, let's see. 3/5 would go evenly into the tenths, and we know that we have a tenths place and a hundredths place and a thousandths place. So that would be times 2 down here, times 2 up here, and that's 6. That means 6 has to end up in the tenths place. So that's here, and we're done. 0.6. What about 7/20ths? Well, it doesn't go evenly into 10, but it goes evenly into 100. Tenths place, hundredths place, that means 7 has to go. Nope, that's not right. I have to do it times 5. Times 5. 35 hundredths. 5 has to go in the hundredths place. 3 goes right before it. 35 hundredths. What about 8/25ths? Well, that goes evenly into 100 also. 32 hundredths. Not tenths, but the 2 goes in the hundredths place. So that equals 0.32. Final answer. So 9/50ths is, if it doesn't go into 10 because it's too big, it goes into 100 2 times. Well, 9 times 2 is 18. So that's 18 hundredths. So the 8 would not go in the tenths, it would go in the hundredths place, which means 1 goes here, 0.1818 hundredths. So the rule is if the denominator goes into 10, 100, or 1,000, put the last digit in that place and fill the other numbers in. So we put the last digit in that place, in the hundredths place, and we filled the other digits in. The 32 in the hundredths place. The 2 in the hundredths place, fill the other digit in. 35, the 5 in the hundredths place, fill the other digits in. So let's say we have 3/8, and we don't have an eighths place in the decimal system, and it doesn't go evenly into 10, it doesn't go evenly into 100. What we do is we do the numerator divided by the denominator, which means 3 divided by 8. 8 goes into 30 3 times. That's 24. Subtract, you get 6. Another 0 down. Keep dividing. 8 goes into 60. 7 times, that's 56. Subtract and you get 4. 8 goes into 40 5 times. That's 40, nothing left over, and we're done. That would be 0.375. That means that 3/8 equals 0.375. All right, Mrs. Gormall, but what about 6/15? Well, it doesn't go into 10. It doesn't go into 100 evenly. So we're going to do numerator divided by denominator. 6 divided by 15. Put a decimal and a 0. 15 goes into 60 4 times. That's 60. Subtract, you get nothing left over, which means it's 0.4. Let's try 2/3. 3 doesn't go evenly into 10. It doesn't go evenly into 100. Numerator divided by denominator. Well, 3 goes into 20 6 times. That's 18. Bring your decimal straight up. 2 left over. Bring another 0 down. See what happens. Oh, 3 goes into 20 6 times. That's 18. Oh, it's 18 again. 2 left over again. Add a 0, 20 again. This 6 is repeating. That means 0.6 repeating is our answer. There'll always be a 0 there. 3 does not go into 2. But 3 does go into 20 6 times. So that's 0.6 repeating. I'm going to do the last one, then you're going to do the others. You're going to try on your own. 4 11ths. We know 11 is too big to go into 10. It does not go evenly into 100. So we'll do numerator divided by denominator. Well, 3 times 11 is 33. Subtract and you get 7. Bring down a 0. 11 goes into 70 6 times. That's 66. Subtract and you get 4. Bring down a 0. 11 goes into 40 3 times. 3 times 11 is 33. Subtract and you get 7. Notice what's happening is what happened here. That's 70. That's 66. So what's happening? What are repeating? The 3 and the 6 are repeating. So let's put our decimal straight up above where it was. Okay, a 0 here. 0.36, and they both repeat. Now you need to try the ones at the bottom of the page and check with the teacher. Go back and review anything you need to in this video where I have shown you 1 or 2 of every kind.